The story you are about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Hi folks, welcome to Under the Spotlight. This is a video on the channel that talks about and points out player or players who are underachieving. And who do we have today? The Big Four, folks. The Big Four. What is going on with the Big Four? What's going on, Toronto? Thank goodness we don't have contracts like this in Buffalo. Thank goodness. Because that would be our doom. If those Sabres fans that wanted to get guys like Patrick Kane on this team, could you imagine if we would have locked in Patrick Kane the way he looked for the Rangers in the playoffs? Think about it, folks. No thanks. Okay, let's take a look, guys. I'm going to show you some clips, okay? We're going to try to make some sense of this because there is no sense to be made, but we're going to try anyway. Here is Austin Matthews in the Florida series, his numbers. As you see, no goals, 2 assists, a -2 in the series. That's Austin Matthews. Let's look at Tavares. Zeros everywhere. Since his goal, the big goal that Toronto fans were saying we want Florida later on that night after Tavares scored, well, this is what your captain has done, folks. Goose eggs everywhere. -1, -1, -1. He's been a liability on the ice, but I will say he is the only star forward on this team to actually be throwing the body, really. Mitch Marner, here we go. He's got 1 assist. He's a -3 in the series. And Nylander. 1 assist, and he is a -2 in the series overall. So here is what it looks like combined, okay? Take a good look at that. That is what their Big Four have done in those 3 games against Florida. They've got a total of 4 assists, 6, -6, 7, 8, 9, and they're a combined -8 in 3 games. Okay, let's look at the salaries now, guys. And that, to me, is the death of a team. That's a death of a team right there. That's an inexperienced general manager over there that made a boneheaded decision to sign all these guys to big money contracts and have a bunch of $1 million guys on the team. And that is what will do a team in every time. Every single time, that will kill a team. Okay? When you let players get greedy. And this is why with Dahlin, if he asks for $11 million, guys, I will be open-minded to trading him. I'd be open-minded to it. I am not one of those Sabres fans that says, oh, we need Rasmus to win. No, we didn't need Jack. We don't need Rasmus. We need a team. And it's not about the money. It's the principle, okay? And the 3 games, okay, I got here. The 3 games and a must-win. The 4 have combined for a total of 7 shots in those 3 games also. They've got less than 2 shots a game average, those players. 7 total shots by the 4 of them in those 3 games. So actually I'm wrong, right? Well, no, 2. Yeah, they should have 8, at least have 2 average, whatever. Good Lord. Tavares, if you're any kind of captain, you'd be out there getting 6, 7 shots a game, trying to pump your team up to win. But again, I'll give Tavares credit where it's due. I don't like the guy. I imagine if that was our captain, guys, how you'd feel. Think about that. You know how many Sabres fans I used to argue with years ago, telling me they would sign John Tavares for $11 million? No thanks. No. When a player makes more than $10 million bucks, okay, and I'm talking more than 10 million, he better lead that franchise eventually to a Stanley Cup or he's a loser. He's a loser. Like Panarin is showing his true colors in New York. Would you guys really want Panarin now that maybe you wanted him years ago? I wouldn't. Not for 11.6 million, folks. No thanks. No. Would I take Connor McDavid? Damn right I would. Of course. McKinnon? No thanks. And I know he led them to a cup, but no thanks. Highest paid guy in the league. What McKinnon brings? Not worth it. Not worth it. He was invisible that series. You've seen it. No. No. The guy, anybody that makes over 10 million bucks better lead their team to a Stanley Cup. That's all I could say. You know, all this sympathy for Carey Price. Give me a break. The guy's staying home collecting 10 million bucks because he drinks too much. Are you kidding me? Christ, it pisses me off, this stuff. It does. Like, this hockey fans are so, like, not in tune sometimes. They're just not. Like, give me a break. So, when it comes to these guys here, these are a bunch of overpaid guys that, if I'm a Toronto fan, I want all of them gone. If they don't win, if they don't come back and win this series, I want all these guys gone. I want them all gone. They're underperforming losers, the way I look at it, if they don't come back. Toronto fans might think that's harsh, but Jesus, do you guys really want to go through this every year? Really? This is right now going to go down in Toronto Maple Leaf history as the best era, but the most disappointing era in Toronto Maple Leafs history. That's what's going to happen here if they don't win a Stanley Cup, folks. If they don't win a cup with this bunch, and I don't think they're going to, you know, they could. But Dubas keeps, you know, dropping the ball. I mean, what did he go get Ryan O'Reilly for? Ryan O'Reilly, folks, is pretty useless. He is. He's just useless. And they went, and all their fans are talking, oh my God, we got Ryan O'Reilly. Okay, so? You know, do you have a goalie like Bennington was in that playoffs this year? No, you don't. So, I don't know. I mean, we could go on and on and on. Nitpick at this. I mean, everybody's quick to jump on Justin Hall over there. But then, you know, I look at McCabe. He's been trash. Like, these are guys, these ex-Sabres, I don't want them near our team right now, okay? That's where I stand with that. I don't want these guys near our team the way we're developing and what we're going to become. I don't want guys like this that want $7.5 million because they win faceoffs, and another guy that'll, you know, just butt kiss to Toronto, saying, well, it's the mecca of hockey and everything. Once O'Reilly said that, folks, after he won a Stanley Cup in St. Louis, as soon as O'Reilly gave props to Toronto as the mecca of hockey, I lost total respect for him. Total respect. I don't know if any of you felt that way. I sure did. As soon as I seen O'Reilly start doing the old rah Toronto Maple Leafs chant, I was like, you got to be kidding me. You didn't win a Stanley Cup with these guys. You won a Stanley Cup over there with that franchise. They're first. And you're going to come over here. And I can go on and on about what I believe is a very unhealthy franchise, is what I'm trying to say here. I think this is a very unhealthy organization. I think they try to buy a cup every year. It's never going to work. And they tried here long-term to buy a cup. It's not going to work. Toronto, you got to move out some of these guys because you're losing. I believe they're losing. If they lose tonight, okay, if they lose tonight, we might see Austin Matthews' last playoff game as a Toronto Maple Leaf. That's my take on that. We'll see if I'm right in the offseason because they just might sit him down, want to get an extension. He's just saying, I'm not extending. And then there's the countdown to moving him at that point. So we'll see. I honestly think Tavares is an unmovable contract, guys. I do. I think that's an unmovable contract. Nylander, that's a contract worth looking at. But that's ending soon. And then you got Marner, who's way overpaid. I don't even know why this guy's up for the Selke. I don't get it. You know, why is he up, but Dylan Cousins isn't? You tell me. And then, you know, we can look at Matthews all we want. I think he's leaving Toronto eventually. So, Toronto, if you don't do it tonight, shame on you. Shame on you for being overpaid. Shame on all of you for forcing the organization to overpay you. And shame on you for your playoff performance because your fans are a loyal fan base. And the truth is they probably deserve a little a little better. I mean, I'm not talking well-known celebrities that are Toronto fans. I'm talking their fans in general. Their fans in general really, really support this team, guys. You know, I know this is turning into a bit of a rant, but how can it not be? Every year they do this to themselves. Every single year. This year might be worse because they gave their fans hope for once and then just snagged it right back. If they lose, they could come back. It's not over. I'm not saying it's over, but my goodness. All right, guys, this rant is over. I'm done. But I'm not even a Toronto fan, and I'm pissed off at their performance. I'm pissed off. And I'm not even cheering for them, and I'm pissed off. So I can't even imagine a loyal Toronto fan, how they feel. I can't even imagine. See you in the next one.